frenemy, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Frenemy, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Frenemy, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Frenemy, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck.
Hello, and my name is Mimi T. Thank you guys again for joining the show. Today I have ArchieLuxury again from ArchieLuxury channel. Lovely to have you. Look, today we're actually busting a myth. Now, a lot of people, I'm sure you guys have heard that if you are wearing a Rolex watch and you die, there's a myth that it actually lasts for an X amount of hours. Now, we want to ask you, is this true? And how many hours does it last after you pass away in a Rolex watch?
That is a very good question. That is the question. We can solve all the crimes.
Yes, indeed.
And the answer is it's not as romantic as you think there.
Okay.
It's not as romantic.
And what do you mean?
Let me explain, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So basically what happens is you have watches which are powered by, they're an automatic type watch.
Automatic?
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that means this watch here, it works off me moving my wrist, automatic, because there's a spring inside here where moving my wrist is a rotor that spins around, so as long as I keep moving, the watch keeps going.
I see.
Now on a Rolex, it's generally about 36 to 48 hours.
36 to 48 hours, okay.
However, it's not a set time. It depends on, was the watch recently serviced, what model of spring did they use. There's a couple different variations.
I see.
However, if now I have actually bought a few watches from deceased estates. Yes, we'll talk about that in another video. Karma of watches from people who have deceased.
Okay.
And the honest truth is, it's not as romantic, because what happens is all these watches have a certain amount of power reserve.
Right.
Now it doesn't matter if it's a Rolex or an Omega. If it's an automatic watch, you could actually, they have between 36 and generally 48. Certain watches have a lot more power reserve, but generally 36 to 48 hours.
Okay.
And what happens is, all you do is so what they have done, this is a true story, when someone has died and they're trying to work out when did they die, and the watch has stopped at a certain time,
Yes.
they merely test the power reserve, meaning they charge it up fully, and then they see how long will it last for. So they would say it would be 34 hours and 20 minutes.
I see.
And then they count back.
Okay.
Now the only thing is, of course, if he's a whiz, a watch collector, he might have 5 watches, so he might have only just charged it up a little bit. But most people aren't like that, so they the watch would be fully charged because of their movements. I did have a client who was suffering from, how would you put this? He had some very serious health issues.
Yeah.
And his watch used to stop all the time because he didn't move his wrist enough. Because he was hospitalized, the poor guy.
I see.
And
kudos to him for keeping that watch around his wrist through hospital, though.
yeah, actually, it ended badly because I ended up selling him. I bought the watch back. He had an Oris I sold him.
Right.
And then we replaced it for a quartz Seiko, which he actually enjoys to this day.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
That's my good friend Herman. Herman, if you're watching, thank you very much there. Herman's had some very bad health problems. Diabetes is a really nasty thing. But the thing is, with this myth here, yes, you can, generally speaking, most watches have a power reserve, if they're automatic, about 36 to 48 hours. So they can use that to tell. Just out of interest as well, one watch, which I did not buy because the karma was bad, was a Royal Oak. You're wearing an Audemars Piguet, so this is the same brand. It's an Audemars Piguet for men. And it was actually a quartz watch.
Okay.
And
so quartz, can you explain that a little?
Quartz means it's powered by a battery.
Okay.
Okay, it's powered by a battery. And what actually happened was, they were on a very famous. They were in the channel from England to France. You know, the channel. That's the water between the two countries. And the ferry sank.
Oh my goodness.
And the gentleman concerned actually, unfortunately, did not make it. And they could tell, because it wasn't a waterproof, Audemars Piguet, they're not the best at waterproofing,
Yes.
it stopped. And
Okay.
that was actually recorded on his death certificate as the time of death.
Wow.
And
Okay.
the watch was offered to me at a good price, but I just didn't feel comfortable
Of
with
course.
that. My friend bought it, but
Oh my god.
it was a beautiful watch, but it was a pink gold and titanium, which is a really weird metal,
Oh.
really funky metal,
Okay.
very, very rare metal.
Mm.
But yeah, that's the story to that.
Wow.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Well, look, ArchieLuxury again giving you guys the tips, and here we are busting the myth about the Rolex watches. So the answer for you guys today is, after you pass away on a Rolex watch, which we hope you guys don't, the battery will last for roughly about 36 to 48 hours, depending on
So
how
the
much.
charge.
Depending on the
Non-battery. Rolex is normally non-battery.
Non-battery,
Non-battery.
so apologies. And as long as they are automatic, it will be recorded. So there you go, guys. There's the myth busted. The myth busted for you guys out there. Thank you guys again for joining the show. I'll see you guys next time.
Friend of me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me.
I'm about to go Goku. Leave on my head is red like old new. Yeah, trying to get the green like it's Whole Foods. Couldn't take my style and now you so blue. Yeah, yeah, we don't need know you. Your hometown, we don't need go to. Trying to get it worldwide, global. Looking like I can show you. Be killing this is go-to. Skrilla, the whole man killer. Life so free, can't no man kill 'em. Came from the bottom, was a broke man, get up. Still move like 10 man with no found with them. Boom, pardon me, I get hectic. Ooh, I survive through the wreckage. You should go look for the exit. New sheriff in town, I get a little reckless. Missed the memo, go check the message. I ate then came back for seconds. I hate seeing your fake little necklace. Lifestyle